G'day everyone, Dan here. Welcome back to Aussie Garage. Today's episode, we've got to get this block in, get that block out, and also today we're just going to give you a quick update of where we're up to with the Cortina. Let's go. Today's videos are proudly brought to us by Optics, Nanotechnologies and Red Hot Internet Solutions. Right, so all I've got left to do on this is to pull off the balancer, get the cam out and take the crank out. So that's first. So that went pretty good. Easy as. Fucking crank that's in the way. Don't do anything else. Here we go, all done. Crank, no cam. It's easy enough in the end. Purely going to be used for dummying up from this point forward. All the internals we're going to use. We're going to use the cam, we're going to use the pistons, we're going to use the crank. We're going to swap all the internals over into the motor and that block in there. Right, so a quick update about where we're up to. So, wiring's been going ahead. As you can see, we've got our coil packs all mounted up here on the wall nicely. I made this panel, all nice and neat. Get rid of the heater box, get rid of that. We don't need that anymore where we're going. So I made another panel over there just to match nicely. The only part of the original part here is now this. That's because it's housing the wiper motor, which we'll still use. I managed to get the intercooler in and mounted, so that's all there, ready to go. The radiator does fit in behind it, only just. I've got to adjust the pins just ever so slightly, just so that they go into those holes. So essentially the radiator does sit a little smidgen, maybe 10mm further back than it did before. We might get rid of all of this and put on a electric water pump. Someone's got a kit for me if I want it, so I might even consider getting rid of that, and then that way I've got plenty of room. The radiator and fans come right up here at the moment, and there's not a lot of room. Dummied in our ice ignition coil there, which looks mint. Like I said, this is the block we're going to be using for the next engines. Got to move the brake booster. I'm thinking we're going to be able to get a little remote brake booster in here, and that's going to get everything up on this cold side out of the way, so that gives us plenty of room there for the turbo and the piping and all the hot side stuff to go on over there. That's kind of where we're up to at the moment. I am ready to send the engine off to the shop, and that's why I'm doing all this big switcheroo, so that I can get everything dummied up in here, so the electrician can come and finish his work off, because he needs to know where the alternator is going to sit and all that sort of stuff. And we can even start doing the pipe work when that gives the engine builder plenty of time to get the engine together for us without too much pressure. So that's the plan, and that's where we're up to. Alright, I've got this one ready to come out now. Just taking a couple of accessories off. Got the engine mount bolts undone. Got 2 more gearbox bolts to go, but I'll push it out before I do those. Got the crane here finally. Then this will go into there. I am not going to film any of this because it's boring as anything. So for me it'll be a few hours. For you it should be just like this. There we have it. It's now blue. Alright. So now I'm going to do a full dummy up. I'll just chuck a time lapse on. I want to put the head on. I want to dummy up the inlet manifold. I want to dummy up the exhaust manifold. I want to put turbo on. I want to pull the brake booster out of the way and everything for the moment. Start relocating that. And yeah, so there's plenty to do. I want to get the radiator back in, alternator on. I want to dummy this thing right up as if she's ready to go. So that's the next thing. It might take me a little bit, just over a few nights maybe, a couple of beers, but anyway, we will persevere and I'll see you at the other side of that. Having the strangest feeling of deja vu. Anyway. Weirdly, this will fit in there, not in there. Anyway, so this side we're all good. We've got our starter motor back in, alternator's ready to go. I've just got to do a water pump setup on the front. I'm thinking I'm going to use an electric pump, so I need to make a plate and a mount, which means I'll need to make another bit of a mount extension for the piece that comes to the alternator, but that's all no problems. I'll be able to do that. And yeah, turbo's on. It's just sitting there at the moment, of course, but now we know where everything's going to start to go. So that's good. That's about as far as I'm going to get today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, share, subscribe, and see you on the next one.